You know what? Deathbringer and End of Days, and that finishes the fight. Pretty powerful combo. I think we can kill every single piece. Yeah, that's amazing. So what does this boss do? Yeah, let's go to the rest site. Hello everybody, what is up? I haven't played Slay Spire 2 in a while and I was itching for some runs, so let's do one right now. We just unlocked the Necrobinder and we're gonna try her, so I don't know how this one works, so let's try it out. Alright, so let's see what we have. Remove 2 cards from your deck and lose 16 HP. I think this one is good. Strike and defend. I love my elites, so I want to fight as many as I can. So we have our first elite here. Then we get our first rest site. Alright, sounds good. Let's start. So first regular fight, we have the lizard. Yeah, that's good. Alright, let's unleash, and that kills the Nibit. No escape. I think I'm gonna go the Doom route. So we can just kill this slime for 1 energy, and then we can defend. That's a pretty cool animation. We can just kill the Twig slime now. Second fight, pretty good. Oh, negative pulse, so some block and 17 to all enemies. I like that one. The third fight here, and it's a Shrinker Beetle, so it's negative pulse, no escape, and it has a lot of doom right now. Let's just defend. You can gain gold and lose HP. I'm gonna lose the HP. Alright, so second event here. Broken statue? I'm gonna go with the sword, because I want to fight elites. Fourth fight here, so let's negative pulse. Start putting doom on enemies. Bodyguard. So we take 5. Alright, not much to do. Let's double defend and then friendship, I guess. So we take 4 more damage here. We can negative pulse. We take 1 more damage. But the slime finally dies. Let's unleash. Not great. We're taking another big hit here. So another 5. Now we can negative pulse and strike just to finally kill the flake on it. So we took a lot of damage there. Damage and vulnerable to all enemies. That sounds good. Let's grab that one. So first elite here. And it's the statue. This guy scares me a lot. So let's start with the no escapes, I think. No escape on the effigy. Then we can friendship. We can negative pulse. Then unleash. Then strike. We can strike twice. Okay, not the best. Now we're gonna start taking some big damage. So let's see what skill we have here. Whenever you play a card this turn, apply 3 doom to the enemy. So let's go with the Oblivion. And I think we use the attack potion. 52 damage. It has to be the 52 damage card. We attack once more, and now this Bury deals 75 damage. So yeah, that's gonna be enough. And we will take no damage. Ooh, Bag of Preparation. This one is great. Let's keep. Now we can rest here. And we can grab a new relic. And some gold. Ooh, the oldest smooth zone. I like this one. Let's negative pulse, then we strike, then we friendship. Bodyguard into defend. We can unleash on the eye to kill it. It's gonna take some time. At least we can now high five and kill the minion and also hit the mushroom. So let's no escape on the mushroom. I think I'm just gonna kill the mushroom.
So long, Bowser!
3 damage and 3 souls. I think I'm gonna go with the souls here. Let's go to the shop. Oh, look at her. She's sort of farming. I think I'm gonna go with the hourglass. Alrighty. So second elite here. And it's the parasite. I don't like this one. You know what? Let's high five into drain power. We can negative pulse to block some damage. Then we can capture spirit. We take exactly 8 damage. And we have a lot of souls here.
I play the magic card, Pot of Greed. It allows me to draw 2 cards from my deck.
We can start using them. We could just defend, strike, and then no escape. And now it will die. And there's the summons. So now we can high five, negative pulse, and that should end the fight. Now the stack on the sword. Whenever you enter a rest site, start the next combat with 2 additional energy. That's great. Though I don't want any of these, I think I'm gonna go with the parse. So next fight, we have 3 inklets. These are gonna be easy to kill. We can actually negative pulse. Ooh, high five kills 2 of them. So let's high five. That was an exceptionally good fight. I guess this card is more or less free. And we get the bird here. So let's start with fetch. And we can defend, bodyguard, and capture spirit. So we will take some damage here. We can negative pulse. So let's no escape. The souls don't go away until you use them, so they're great. They're basically pot of greed. We can fetch again. We can drain power to upgrade the fetch and double defend. So again, we take some damage here. Unless we use the cure all and draw into a defend. I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, so somewhat of a defend here. Into negative pulse. And then we can actually capture spirit and start drawing them with the souls. We can even fetch. I think I'm gonna kill. So not great. We take 11 damage. Oh, that's great. I'm gonna go with the Deathbringer here. And we get a rest side, and I think I'm actually gonna rest. Okay, so first boss. We have 3 enemies here. We have a lot of energy thanks to that rest side, so let's high five. No escape one of the dudes. We can drain power it. Let's defend. So we're gonna take some damage here. Exactly 5, I think. 6 damage. Let's first negative pulse. Then we can fetch this guy. You know what? Let's unleash and use the fire potion. It's not great because he's already dead, but don't want to take all that damage. So we take 3 more here. So let's Deathbringer here and then defend. Priest is gonna buff, so we can negative pulse into no escape on the priest, since the other guy is already dead. Let's go with the souls. So we take no damage and this guy buffs for 2. We could just no escape and then defend twice and take no damage. Now we can fetch into negative pulse for some more doom. So let's bodyguard into defend. Okay, so right now we're doing pretty fine. Now we can negative pulse into fetch. It's just Deathbringer. So 100 gold and 3 cards. Deal damage equal to the enemy's doom. 29 doom to all enemies. It kills the enemies right away. I think the end of days card is more fun than Time's Up, so let's go with it. So we get to choose our relic here from Tetskatara. Big Hug. Remove 4 cards from your deck whenever you shuffle at a suit into your draw pile. I don't like that one all that much, but it could be great with our build here. Yeah, 4 cards is a lot of cards, so we can get rid of both of our strikes. Maybe Parse and Unleash. Yeah, let's get rid of these 4 cards. Okay, so let's plan our route here. Enemy, job right away. And then we have a rest site. And we get our first elite fight. And the last elite, which will activate our sword. So we'll see what it does. And we get to fight Silly Billy here. Time to start. That's no escape and double defend. Deathbringer plus negative pulse. That's more doom. So let's do that. That's already 43 doom. Negative pulse. Let's just fetch. Now we can double defend. Okay, that's great. No escape. So we're gonna take a big hit here. Okay, so that's not all that great. We took 17 damage. Let's do a defy here. So the shop. Upon pickup, choose an attack or skill in your deck, innate and retained.
Yeah, boy.
That's enough for us on this shop. So first event here, Self-help book. Enchant a skill for it to increase our block. I think I'm gonna go with the skill for some extra block. Second fight here. And we get 3 exoskeletons, and that's why I wanted the end of days, because now we can just do this. And it instantly finishes the fight. Another Deathbringer. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab it. The second event, Future of Potions. I think I'm just gonna par with the fish oil. An uncommon skill sounds nice. Ooh, another no-scape is actually great. I think I'm gonna actually go with the no-scape. At 46, I think it's enough. We could just upgrade the end of days, since it's stumped. Let's do it. That's a big pro. Okay, we can fetch 2 extra energy, so we can just end of days into no escape. Oh my god. Oh, that looks super cool. Let's defy into Deathbringer, I guess. We take some damage, but we cannot do anything about that. Oh, he lost the spikes. We can negative pulse, we gain 9 block, and we can no escape the toad, and it's already dead, so let's just block. I don't really want any of these. I'm gonna skip on that reward. Happy Flower, that's actually a pretty good relic. First elite of the zone, and it's the Infested Prism. This one is actually a bit annoying. We can defy and then double no escape. Although this is not great, we're gonna be taking some damage here. We can just Deathbringer and Bodyguard, but we still take some damage. We take 5 more, so we can fetch for free. We can hit it a little bit, maybe. We take 13 damage. So we can actually no escape plus. End of days doesn't kill, not by a smidge. But we can use it. And I guess we use our liquid memories not to take 11 more damage. Every 3 turns, draw 1 card. That's great. Maybe we get the pole aggro just for some big block. I'm not too excited about it, but let's get it. Another event, and it's the Lost Wisp. I think we're gonna go for the gold here. And we have a rest side here that we need to use to sleep. End of days right away. Though we can also Deathbringer. You know what? Deathbringer and end of days, and that finishes the fight. Pretty powerful combo. I actually like this one because it's upgraded. It's just a lot of block and then some draw. So second elite here. And we get the worm, the decimillipede. So this one is actually not awful. We can negative pulse. So if we do this, I think we can kill every single piece. Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, and the relic activated, so what does it do? Start each combat with 3 strength. You know what? That's a big letdown. At least we got the candelabra. Let's get the fetch and see if it works. Now we get to the rest side and we get to smith something. So time for the big bad guy. We can start by fetching. So let's friendship right away. And then I guess we can Deathbringer. We can also no escape and then drain power and upgrade all 3 cards. We get the frantic escapes, we defy, and then we negative pulse. I'm gonna capture spirit here and frantic escape. We can Deathbringer too. We take no damage here. It's funny because the Necrobinder flies. I don't know why she's being dragged to the insatiable here, but I'm not gonna ask. So let's no escape. I want some block here, so let's grab Warden. And we can Deathbringer. Let's use the soul. What happens if you upgrade a frantic escape? I'm actually curious. Let's use it and let's upgrade it. Oh, it can't be upgraded because it's a status card. Yeah, makes sense. Alright, so not bad. We're almost there. We can negative pull and defy. And use no escape. The guy's almost dead. Next turn we can just end of days. The ground is trying to eat us, but it's actually gonna eat the insatiable here. Actually, pretty good run so far. Transfigure, add replay to a card in your hand, and it costs an extra energy. That can actually be pretty powerful. I think I'm gonna go with Transfigure here. And we get the choice here. Man, the claws are so strong, especially with this Sword of Jade. But I think we're gonna go the farm route and get the Spike Gauntless. Now we only need to see what path should we take. So let's look for elites. So I think we want to come here first, do this fight, then do this other one. Then we finally get to use our money. We get our first red side. Then from here we deal with the elite. And that would be it. Ooh, the scrolls. You know what, scrolls? My god. I mean, that card as innate is insane. Whenever you apply Doom, gain 3 block. Yeah, let's get it. Second fight here is 2 guys. You can actually first transfigure on the end of this and use it twice. This should kill them. This is just some Doom and also some damage on top of that. Let's grab it. Last shot, maybe? I think I'm just gonna get rid of this Flex Potion, buy the Fortifier, buy the Master of Strategy, and get rid of a card. So another fight here with a very big bird. So let's fetch Shroud into Negative Pulse. Let's transfigure into the No-Scape because it's pretty powerful. We can No-Scape twice. That was basically 100 damage. This little bird here is dying next turn. Maybe we get the right hand just for some extra damage. Frog Knight, how cute. We can transfigure the No-Scape, then use it twice. That's actually enough to kill. Ooh, Liquid Memories. Let's get rid of the ship in a bottle. I don't like any of this. Okay, 3 dudes, and they have artifacts, so they're gonna cleanse the first time they get doomed. In that case, I'm gonna high five. We have a lot of energy, so let's Deathbringer into End of Days. I guess we get another Blight Strike. Ooh, this just looks really great. The Anchor, I love this one. Okay, we don't really need to go Amimir, so let's Smith. Transfigure is a really powerful card. First elite here, and it's the 3 dudes. I'm glad we have End of Days here. Because we can Negative Pulse to add some Doom to them. I want to End of Days first. She just dies. Okay, so now the Flame Knight dies, and we only have to deal with the Spectral Knight, which just dealt 10 damage to us. Let's Transfigure on top of the pull aggro, use it, and then Blight Strike. This should kill. Yeah, it wasn't that bad, we took only 11 damage. Lantern is great here. Another Deathbringer. Is that worth it? Maybe. We have a lot though, let's not grab anymore. We can Smith once more. Transfigure into the End of Days. And we can End of Days. Yeah, this Axebot just gets eaten alive. Now we can Blight Strike the bot and it's already dead. So let's Friendship. We take some damage here. Exactly 11 more. And we finish him off with a double End of Days. Time's up. I guess it's great against the bosses. Last elite, and it's the big guy. We can start with a fetch just because it's free, another one. We can double Blight Strike for some Doom. And we can Defy 2, No-Scape, and Capture Spirit. And that was a lot of stuff. Let's Transfigure the Defend of all things, although it's weird. But let's defend twice. So this way we only take like 10 damage. So Negative Pulse here. Let's No-Scape the Nexus. So we still take 1 more damage, but it's gonna be fine. Negative Pulse into No-Scape into End of Days. That finishes the fight. Let's grab the Strawberry, and that's a little bit more HP. Maybe the Wisp. Yeah, let's get the Wisp. So what does this boss do? Yeah, let's go to the rest site. Let's heal up. We're fine on upgrades. And time for the boss. Ooh, the Queen. A Torchhead Amalgam. It's gonna apply afflictions on my cards. That's not very nice of you. First and foremost, let's fetch. Let's Shroud first. Then we Friendship. And then we Negative Pulse. I'm gonna use End of Days, so let's make it free anyways. Let's use it right away. We should be pretty safe. But let's use Great Warden anyways. That way we have a soul. Okay, so Chains of Binding. The first 3 cards drawn each turn are afflicted with Bound, which means only 1 Bound card can be played each turn. So we can Transfigure on top of the Defy. That way we can Defy twice on the Torched Amalgam. We can Soul it up. I think it's best if we Master of Strategy, because it's just free. No Escape into No Escape on the Torched. We can drain power on top of him. We can also pull aggro, right hand once more, and we can even use our Wisp and High Five. We're gonna take a lot of damage, so I think I'm gonna use the Fortifier here. That way we get to block the entire attack. Okay, another Transfigure. We're gonna use it for sure on the End of Days. Let's right hand the Queen. Now we can End of Days. And that kills the Torched. So now the Queen has to go on the offensive. So that's a pretty beefy attack. Okay, so let's fetch. We can do a double no escape on her. Actually super strong card. And we can just now Liquid Memories the End of Days, and that should seal the deal. Yeah, let's go. Such an insane build. I love this run so much. It was super fun. There's the Architect. But this guy sucks. Ooh, she just explodes. Pretty nice damage there for an Ascension 0. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun with that one. And I hope you enjoyed it too. So with all that said, I'll see you on the next one. Take care!